everybody, it is Julie from Nobody's Beauty Guru, and today I am here with my A to Z project pan update number 1. It is the 22nd of February, so we have gone 2 months to be able to show you the most progress possible on 26 different products. So I'm going to update you, let you know where I stand as of right now, and continue on from here. I've made a little bit of progress. I've also swapped out a lot of stuff that I realized I did not reach for in 2 months and I don't want to continue to use. All right, let's start with A. A already has a replacement. It used to be my Coty Air Spun. This will take me forever and ever and ever till my dying day to use, and it was really getting me down and really depressing me. So instead, I'm going to use my Aspen Pine crayon stick. There's not a ton left in this, but this has been in project after project after project after project, and I don't finish it. So I want to finish this. This is going to end up in this project and hopefully be finished this year. I haven't marked it yet because I haven't used it in the 2 months either. But hopefully I will soon. I am going to continue to use this, but like having this as a goal is so depressing. So I'm moving on to the crayon stick instead, which is Aspen Pine for A. We're still solid. B is behind the scenes eyeshadow primer from Lorac. I'm using another one right now to pan, so I haven't touched that at all. There's no progress. C used to be Essential Perk by ColourPop. And I'll show you where I got to this one, but then I called it quits because it is crumbling and impossible to work with. This is how much I used up. There is still a considerable ring around the outside, but it is so dry that it crumbles. It flakes all over my face when I try to use it. So I made great progress. I'm really happy with how much I used of that for a cream shadow. My goal with these is really to just try to use them as much as possible until they dry up, and then I'm not going to force myself to re-wet them or anything like that. It's a cream product. It does have a shorter lifespan. I'm just going to move on and call it quits for C. D used to be my Lorac Deep Purple. I didn't hit pan on anything in here that I had as goals at the beginning of this challenge. I realized I don't reach for this ever. So I'm actually decluttering this. This is going to be going to a friend that is coming to visit me, and I will be passing that on to her so that she can get some use out of it. She doesn't mind that it's been loved, and I just am not using that. So I am moving on for D from Deep Purple to Dark Olive Green. This is a Coastal Scents Hot Pot Green Shadow. With Aspen Pine, this one works really nicely. It does mean I need to use some green shadows, which I do not do very often. This one will be just a hit pan. I'm not looking to obviously finish that one. Then for E, I am moving out Espresso from Lorac because again, I'm not going to be using it. And I'm going to move in my e.l.f. Brow Gel. Brow gels are usually kind of a gimme product, except for the fact that I'm only using my Essence Gimme Brow, Make Me Brow. I'm not using clear. I'm using a colored one to set now. So what I think I might do is use this as a lash primer. It is a brow and lash primer. So I use this one on my brows. I might try this one on my lashes and see if I like it as a lash primer, but my goal is to finish up this side. For F was my Mario Badescu Rose Facial Spray. Last time I was up here, I'll show you a close-up, but that's where the line is. Now I am down here. I love this stuff. I use it every night before and after I wash my face. I use this after I wash my face before moisturizer, and then I use it again after moisturizer. I use it as a setting spray. I use this all the time. It is like the most refreshing, gorgeous, beautiful scent. I love putting this on my face. It like genuinely makes me happy. I will run through this no problem, and I actually already have a full backup. G is for my Bite Beauty Gelato, and I do have progress on this. I'll show you where I am. So here is how much I have left, and then I will show you the paper with the marking on it, because holding that up and making sure it's all lined up never works for me. But I do have some considerable progress. So you can see right there the line between the start and now. If you want to see how I use this, you can look at my Get Ready With Me Sweetheart collab. I use that in that, and I really, really love it. H is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders, and I have progress but no pan. So here's where I am on these. Without trying to blind you, I'm trying to let you see that they've really flattened out, especially this middle one. I just take a giant brush like this, and I go all over all of them, and I just swirl it all over my ding-dang face. I don't care. I'm just really trying to hit pan and use these. So I'm not targeting one specific area or one specific color. I'm just going all in on it. So we'll see when that one hits, but no pan yet. I is Ivory Lace, and again, this is a measurable one. This is a stick that you can use to conceal, spot conceal, carve out your brows, use it as an eye base. I have so many other eye primers and eye bases that I'm not using it for that. This one, I'm hard pressed to find a way to use this. I haven't used that one as much as I would like to. I do have a little bit of progress. You can see on the paper here that I have a tiny bit, but that's not going very fast. Juju Rouge. So this is how much I've left. It is what is on my lips right now, and I'll show you on the paper where I'm at with that. This is where I'm at with Juju Rouge. You can see the update line right there. And then for K, I have my Kitten by Stila, and I am hoping to finish it in the light palette. I've been using this on my eyes and then also as a highlighter. Definitely made progress. I should be done this hopefully by the next update if I do every 2 months, but I'll show you where I am on this one. And then most likely once I'm done with that color, this palette is going to go because I just don't use any of these other colors really. So that's where I am on Kitten. L is my lip treatment, and for that I have my Hanalei lip treatment. This one tastes very sugary. Somebody said it tastes like stevia. I don't know. I don't mind the taste of it at all. Here is where I am on the lip treatment. You can see I can bend that packaging pretty easily down at that last line. And this one's going really well. I don't have any problems using this. M, I switched from mauve in my Lorac shadow to my unnamed MAC shadow. So I do have a MAC shadow that has no name. I don't know what it is. It's very old. I want to use it up and get it out of my collection. This was in Peeping Pan. I hit pan on it. It's going into this project and I'm just going to continue to use it. Here's where I am on it right now. Again, I do have pan and some considerable dips. Even around that pan, so hopefully I can finish this one up this year. N used to be nude in the Lorac palette. Again, I'm getting rid of the Lorac palette, so I'm switching it to NYX's Girl Talk. I want to hit pan on this one. Has very little use. If you're saying to yourself, Julie, didn't I see that in a declutter? Didn't you get rid of that shadow? Yeah, I did. Except I'm currently holding a box of declutter stuff for a friend who's visiting in June so that she can look through it before I do anything else with it. And this I kept thinking about. After I decluttered it, this was the only thing in that box that I continued to think about. So I pulled it out to try to use it for a little while to see if I wanted to keep it. And I'm wearing it today. I'm actually wearing it as an eyeshadow color and a highlight. I think I'm going to multitask and use this one. I actually really like it. So I pulled it out of a declutter. That does happen sometimes, guys. And I will be trying to hit pan on this one for this project. And then for O was my Smashbox Oil Primer. I haven't used that at all yet. P was my Sephora eyeliner, and I did not use that yet either. That's for pencil. Just haven't used it. Q was my quick drying brush cleaner, which is currently buried in a drawer that I can't access without moving so much stuff. I've used it twice, probably not enough to really even mark progress, so I'm not going to worry about showing you that one anyway. And then R was my Rose Salve, which I have used a couple times, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see progress on it. I'll show you, but this is my Rose Salve. I'm about halfway done now, which is pretty awesome. S was for my Catrice Camouflage in Sand. I have hit pan on that. I've got a pretty good dip. I don't like this at all compared to my Pixie Brightening Peach, but I'm going to use it up. For T, it used to be Taupe in Lorac. Again, broken record. I'm not using that. So I'm going to move on to Coastal Scents Tuscany. This is one of their hot pots that I got while they were on sale. And if you swatch it next to the dark green olive or the deep green olive, whatever the heck it's called, and the aspen pine, I think it could work really well together. I do like orangey shades with greens, so I'm hoping to hit pan on that shade. Then we had my Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. It was a little tiny sample. This guy is gone, so it's gonna go. It'll show up in an empties at some point. For V, I have Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean, and I have considerably more pan on this. This one I will be able to finish this year, no problem. For W, I have Wegmans Coconut Oil. This one's a really hard one to mark, and I haven't used it nearly as much as I probably should. There are some scoops out of this. That's where I am on it. I have it next to my bedside table. I do use it. It's just a very hard one for me to use because it definitely leaves a residue, so like I can't use my computer or read a book or turn pages. Like I leave marks on everything. So it's kind of like last thing right before bed, I put this on and then just sleep. and I forget to do that a lot. For X, I have Olaplex, which is a hair conditioner. I haven't used it yet, so there's no progress. Y is the Yes to Cucumbers eye cream, and I finished this one. I will show you where I was at the last time I marked it, but it's like done now. Here's where we were when we started. The pump moves up, so I finished this one completely. I like it, no problem with it, but I have tons of moisturizers to get through, so that one is done. And then for Z, I have my multi-function color or corrector, like the Zit cream. I haven't used it at all. It's this, and I haven't made any progress on it. And honestly, this is a 12-month product that I've had for multiple years, like at least 3 years. And when I tried to use it, it came out like oily and separated. I know I could probably squeeze it and constitute it. I don't really trust that, especially on blemishes. I really shouldn't be putting something expired on blemishes. And again, I just don't need that much without using any kind of foundation. My skin's been, knock on wood, really great. So I'm gonna not use this anymore because it's old. It's just way too old. That's actually 4 products done so far out of 26. I have 22 products left. I have moved 4 out, which is not too bad for the first 2 months. The rest are making some progress. I will touch base with you guys in another update for the A to Z Project Pan. I also have an intro to my Drop 10 Before Summer coming up, which I cannot believe is already coming up, but it is. So that is it for this particular update. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to check out everybody else who is in this project. List it down below in the description box. And be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.